Today we're going to do something a little bit different. Instead of digging in the gold mine, we're going to go up on the Appalachian Trail, follow a few creeks, and see what we can find. So the trailhead that's really close to our house is called the Bartram Trail at Wallace Branch. Wallace Branch is the name of the creek that runs through the area. So I know this isn't going to come out very well on the camera, but we are here. And I know that because it says, "You are here," right there. Where we're going to go is up the trail just a little bit, and there's a creek that divides right about here, and one leg of it runs up this valley towards the top up here to a place called Trimont Mountain. There's a couple old mines up there, so we're going to check some of those out. Here at the beginning, it's pretty easy walking. It's on a trail that's traveled quite a bit. It's called the Bartram Trail. It ties into the Appalachian Trail, probably 7 or 8 miles ahead. But we're not going that far on trail. We're going to follow this creek a little ways. Then there's a waterfall, and we're going to go up the waterfall. But what we're going to do is traverse up the side of this waterfall, and it's got to be a couple hundred feet to the top. Look at some of these rocks. It looks like a natural sluice box, actually. So many ridges. Look at that quartz vein running right through the middle. Well, we're getting quite a bit higher. We're probably 300 or 400 feet up from where we started. The traveling is getting a little bit more difficult. Now we have all big boulders and stuff to climb over. This is still a lot easier than digging a gold mine. It kind of builds a canopy above your head, and then down low there's not a lot of branches, so yeah, we can pretty much walk continuing up the ridge. The river and the waterfall is falling away pretty quick down the hill. It's got to be a couple hundred feet below us, but I think we're going to keep heading towards the ridge and then turn left and intercept that waterfall. All right, we're starting to head down this valley wall underneath the mountain laurel forest. I'm hoping this is going to come out above the waterfall. The water doesn't sound quite as energetic. There's some heavier sands up here. I think we're going to pan some of this out just to check it out. Not a lot of running water right here, but got enough to get the job done, I think. Okay, we've intercepted the main stream right above the waterfall. So there's a bunch of trees down here on the top, and then it goes straight into bedrock, sliding down at least 200 or 300 feet. There are several little piles of gravel on the outside. Maybe we should scoop some of that out and check it out. We've got a nice little outside bend here. I'm continuing on up the valley. The stream is running right over here. And as you can see, the underbrush is pretty much thinned out, which is a good thing. I'm glad we're doing this before the leaves come out, or else you couldn't see anything up here. It would look like a green snow globe. Ooh. Starting to get warm. I'll take off my flannel. Maybe have a drink of water. We have about 1,500 feet to go until we get to where that old mine should be. But it's getting pretty steep. And I'm starting to think maybe this road I'm on was access to that mine at some point in the past. Okay, we're about 1,000 feet from where the mine is. The path I've been following cuts along this ridge, but there's another path that seems to go up, which is a better direction towards the mine. So we're going to take the high ground. We're heading back into a mountain laurel forest, which is kind of cool. Man, I am getting tired. We're almost going like a 30-degree upslope. So I found this piece of quartz. Doesn't look too remarkable on that side, but if you look over here, it has straight up mica or something right in it. Here's a trail marker by this old tree. It's all made out of solid quartz. There's a whole series of pits that run down this little valley. It's really hard to see anything because there's leaves over the ground, but it looks very similar to the pits on our property. You know, we have a pit dug here, about a 6-foot berm, another pit, a 6-foot berm, another pit, and it just goes all the way through this valley. I'm not really seeing a lot of stuff. I mean, there's quartz. You can't really see it mixed in with the leaves, but everything is solid quartz. So that's probably what they were digging up. Look at this quartz. It's all fractured, has a lot of pinkish stuff inside it. I think we're going to break that open and take a look. So I was able to fracture this open. It looks like we have some iron rust staining, maybe some iron inclusions. I'm not really sure. But yeah, that's some promising looking material. So it's hard to see with all the leaves and moss, but everywhere in here is solid quartz. Look at that. Look at that big guy. I'm guessing that's just bull quartz. I don't see anything in it, but that's kind of cool. As we're going down towards the stream, there's a whole lot more digging's been going on here. Again, lots of quartz on the surface, lots of pits. Lots of mounds of stuff. I'm almost at the top of the stream. This is where it's coming out of the ground, just up the hill here. And it runs down and joins with many other streams as it gets to the bottom. All right, I'm all the way up at the ridge. Man, I am worn out. Look at that big rock just sticking right out of the face here. Might be a gemstone. It's got that octagonal shape to it. I don't know. I don't think I want to start hitting it with a hammer. I'm still about an hour away from the house. It just started raining, so I might just go ahead and put my flannel back on. Keep me a little drier. Well, you're going to get wet. It's amazing how the scenery changes when I get down in the valley. I'm in an evergreen patch here. It's kind of cool. Looks like I found an intersection to the Bartram Trail. I'm about a mile west of the waterfall, but I think following this trail will get me there quicker than traveling through the woods. It's always easier to walk on the path more traveled. I'm a little bit relieved. I've been walking for a while and I really wasn't sure I was on the Bartram Trail. But this is the Bartram Trail marker, which is just a single yellow bar. Well, we made it back to the base of the main waterfall, which means we're almost home. So that was a nice break from digging in a muddy hole. We went up the waterfall. We went and saw one of the old open pit mines at the top. Had a lot of quartz in it. Didn't really get a lot out of it. But overall, we walked probably 7 miles in total. And now we'll head back to the house and put on some dry clothes, I guess.